An Asheboro man is leading a worldwide time capsule project to put this strange year to rest. It's called Barry 2020. I spoke with Joel Leonard to learn how you can get involved.
I call it the Tharminator.
Joel Leonard is used to working with his hands. He's part of the makers community.
It represents the past, the Thor, and the Terminator, the future.
This 50-pound hammer was the jumping-off point for his latest project, Barry 2020.
We need to start building better technologies to pass on the past to the future.
Leonard wants as many people as possible to create a time capsule. He wants them to put in items memorializing this year and advice for the future.
The important thing is to pass on important lessons learned. What would you do if talk to your 2020 self, if you could? What would you tell them to get ready to do?
The project is already taking off.
And we've got libraries, schools, maker spaces, all different types of creative folks are in the process.
People from 10 different countries have signed on, including Sitia Gautam from Nepal.
And then I kept this stuff like mask, tissue paper, gloves that we use frequently during this time.
Any container can be a time capsule, like this fake book. And despite the project's name, Leonard says you don't have to bury it. He encourages you to hide it in plain sight.
Because they say that over 20% of all time capsules ever get found.
Leonard says this would be a great family activity and adds, get creative with it.
I even have a school teacher that had a 6th grade class write themselves an email that they will get 6 years from now when they graduate.
Now, Joel Leonard says that he is going to host a show and tell Zoom call on December 30th. I will be sure to link you to that call on our website. So on Facebook today for our question of the day, I asked you all, what would you put in a 2020 time capsule? So here's what a few of you had to say. MD Moore says a roll of toilet paper, bottle of hand sanitizer, and a Zoom logo. Linda Johnson says a calendar of 2020 and a Bible. Wanda says an article about how hard it was to find toilet paper and paper towels. Babo and Papa Bedrich say the election turmoil. And Jessica Lynn Young says, my kids and I came up with Biden-Harris sign, class Zoom schedules, articles on COVID, BLM shirt, Minecraft for Nintendo Switch, hand sanitizers, and masks. Now, there really is so much that you can do with a project like this. One thing that Joel was mentioning, guys, he's like, you can even put seeds in the time capsule, and then someone will open that years later and can grow something from it.
You know, I think my favorite thing has to be the mask, of course. And it seems like you should put toilet paper in there, but it's too precious to waste right now.
That is true. You know, when I was in college, I started a committee my senior year at Carolina to do a time capsule. So we collected donations from students of whatever they wanted to put in that capsule. And we opened it 25 years later, and it was pretty amazing because I had totally forgotten what was in it. We dug it up on the campus of Carolina, and then one of the things I found that I had put in there was this Ram's Head Rathskeller glass, which was a restaurant that had been there since like the 1940s, and it's now closed as in the last 10 years, I think. So it was pretty cool. My student ID was in there, all the tickets to every concert and football and basketball game I went to. It was a lot of fun.
And it's so cool that you still have that today.